Hello everyone, it's Sandra and welcome to today's video. We are in the final days of 2025. My best of beauty of the year will be coming. I film that with my friend Dina every year, so stay tuned for that. Before we get into all the favorites of 2025, I thought I would do one last empties. I have a solid amount of makeup empties, and I also wanted to take the opportunity, to start 2026 off with a fresh, clean slate. So I did do a little bit of a declutter. My goal every year is to just have a collection of products that I thoroughly enjoy using, and I want to actually make my way through the products that I have. I don't want to just sit on a pile of amazing luxury makeup that I am constantly overwhelmed by. So I'm the kind of person that edits as they go, and over the years I've become a lot more discerning with the makeup that I purchase myself, that I accept in PR from brands. I'm very lucky that I do have working relationships with some of my favorite brands, and sometimes they do send me stuff to review, but for the most part I try to keep things concise. I try to say yes to things that genuinely excite me, things that I can see myself using over and over and over again. Also, with time, our preferences may change, our skin type, skin condition may change, and it's okay to let go of makeup that no longer serves you and no longer brings you joy. I know it can be painful, especially when you are spending a lot of your hard-earned money on the products, but if you're guilting yourself if you're using your makeup out of guilt because you spent so much money on it, is that the reason you want to be using makeup? I mean, for me personally, makeup is a source of joy. It's a creative outlet. It's my me time. I love sitting down and doing my makeup. I love watching a YouTube video as I go along. It's one of my favorite parts of my everyday routine. So I never want any negative feelings associated with it. I want it to just kind of be my happy space. And sometimes we make mistakes. Sometimes we buy the wrong shade. We buy a product that is just too finicky and we never reach for it. And I think it's important to just learn our lesson from that purchasing mistake, maybe not repeat it, and it's fine to let it go. Let's start with complexion first, and I do have 4 foundation empties, and they are all cushion foundations. I love cushion foundations. They are just so easy to work with, and I wish they were more popular in North America. A lot of the times brands will launch amazing cushion foundations, but they are often Asia exclusive since they are more popular in that part of the world, and very rarely do they slowly trickle down into the American or Canadian market. I have had better luck in Canada actually getting some cushions that I couldn't even find in the United States. But yeah, I love cushions. I'm always down to try a new cushion foundation, and I'm forever hoping that we will have a larger selection in amazing shade ranges here in North America. So let's start with the SHISEIDO. This was the SHISEIDO Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Cushion Compact. I had this in the shade Linen. I bought this at Shoppers Drug Mart in Canada. I did really enjoy this. I would not buy it again though, because it just ended up being too much coverage for me. When I first bought it, I think I first bought this like maybe 3 years ago. I wanted something with a fuller coverage, but over time and with my current foundation preferences, this is just a bit too much coverage to align with my current makeup tastes. But I did enjoy it. It was a really good cushion, kind of medium to full coverage, and satin matte finish, and really good lasting power. It can be a bit drying, cakey looking if you have dehydrated or drier skin. Next, we have a cushion that I bought from Yes Style, and this is the JUNG MOOL Essential Skin Nuder Longwear Cushion. This is in the color medium, and I really enjoyed this as well. I still have half of it in a cartridge, so I only used up one of the cartridges. I like this foundation, but I don't love it. I think once I use up the other half that I have, I would not buy it again. Medium coverage, buildable, and it has really high SPF as well and skincare ingredients to help brighten the skin, and you know, with added antioxidant protection, which is also really nice. It does smell a little bit of sunscreen. I don't know, it's just not my favorite. You know, there are other foundations that I like better. We have the Double Wear Soft Glow Matte Cushion Foundation from Estee Lauder. This is in the shade 1W2 Sand. Amazing shade match for me. Really beautiful, light medium, neutral undertone foundation. This has quite a strong fragrance to it. I've kind of been on a roller coaster with this product. I went through phases of really not liking it, and then I went through phases of really loving it. And for me, this foundation, when I do the right skin prep and with the right sunscreen underneath, it is gorgeous. It really has a smoothing satin matte finish, medium coverage, and really, really great lasting power and oil control. So this is a great cushion for summertime. When I try to use this on top of a physical sunscreen, it is not fun, not nice, but on top of a dewy, hydrating chemical sunscreen, this on top, it works really well. I'm docking points because it's not as versatile in terms of the skincare prep that I need to do, but when I wear this with the sunscreen, the appropriate sunscreen underneath, it looks gorgeous. So I still have half of it. So this is just one of the cartridges that I emptied, and I'm not sure if I would repurchase. Jury is still out. And then the last cushion empty that I have is something that hurts my soul, because this is one of my favorite foundations ever, ever, ever of all time. And it is incredibly hard to find. I'm pretty sure it's discontinued now. And this is the Giorgio Armani Cushion Foundation. It's the My Armani To Go Essence In Foundation Cushion. I have this in shade number 4, and this is just one of my favorite foundations ever. The shade range is atrocious. I think it only comes in like four or 3 shades. Shade 4, I'm pretty sure, no, I think there's one shade darker than this, but it's not that much darker. It's just a different undertone, slightly peachier. I keep hoping that Armani do a release of this cushion in all their shades, like all the shades that they make in Luminous Silk. Give it to us in the cushion, because it's a different formula than Luminous Silk, and it's just so much better, at least on my skin. It's the most beautiful, light to medium coverage. It's not too matte, it's not too dewy. It just looks like fresh skin in a bottle. It lasts really well all day. I just love this. I have a few backups of it that I hoard, but every single time I use another one of my backups up, it hurts, you know, just because I know it's really hard. It's hard to get my hands on. I did see that Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk got reformulated, so I don't know. Curious to experience the new formula of it. I wonder if it will be better. The regular Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk is fine. I used to really love it, but I rarely reach for it, and I actually think I'm going to declutter this. I do have one of my friends that actually really likes this foundation, so I will just pass it on to her. At least I know she loves it and she uses it all the time. This is a foundation that I can only really wear in like the colder months when I'm not as oily. Sometimes I can make it work and it looks nice, but again, I have other foundations in my collection that I love more and that I would rather be using than just trying to make it work with this. You know what I mean? So I will be decluttering this. One other foundation cushion that I'm going to be decluttering is the Future Skin cushion from Chantecaille. Now, this is a gorgeous foundation. I love the formula, but the shade is just way too dark and too peachy for me. And it's interesting because vanilla usually works for me in their other complexion products, but for some reason in the cushion, vanilla just pulls. It doesn't look dark here, but on my face, it looks more like the way it looks here. I actually ordered a refill in one shade lighter than this, so I'll be trying that shade. Hopefully that'll be a better match for me. Finding shades that work ends up being half the battle with a lot of these products. The next complexion product that I will be decluttering is the Versed Multi-Serum Skin Tint SPF 40. I have this in shade 5N, and this is a really, really beautiful product. But again, I have something else in my collection that is very similar that I prefer just a bit more, and it's the Ciele Tint and Protect. This is actually the complexion product that I'm wearing today. I think if you've tried the Ciele skin tint and you wished it was more luminous, if your skin's more dry perhaps, and you just wanted something a bit more moisturizing, a bit more luminous, I think you will really like the Versed. This is just too luminous for me. I have combination oily skin, so I don't love base products that are too emollient, too moisturizing. But if you're somebody with a drier skin and you want a really, really nice, solid, medium coverage complexion product with added mineral sunscreen, I think this will be a great option to try. Let me show you the shade really quick. 5N is a beautiful light medium shade with neutral undertones. Now my hand is a little bit tan because I was on vacation, so usually this matches my skin tone a bit better. But yeah, I do like this, but I like the Ciele more. I have to say though, I prefer the packaging of the Versed because the Ciele comes in a dropper, and dropper packaging drives me crazy. It's just messy. This comes in a pump, which is so much more convenient. I also used up another Haus Labs concealer. This is my favorite fuller coverage concealer for the under eye area. I absolutely love it. I do have another one on the go. I use shade 21 or shade 11, depending on the level of brightness. Shade 21 kind of matches my skin tone really well, and then shade 11 is what I like if I want something brighter. So absolutely love this. One of my favorite products. I used up another Makeup by Mario SoftSculpt Skin Enhancer in the shade Light Medium. This is beautiful. It is just one of those easy, fresh skin in a jar kinds of products. It's a very sheer cream bronzer, and it just gives the most beautiful, soft dimension to the cheek. Beautiful with like a no makeup look. I love wearing this whenever I'm wearing the Chanel Fresh Water Tint. It's just such a beautiful, minimal sculpting product. I would repurchase this in a heartbeat. However, Sarah Creal came out with a very similar cream bronzing product that a lot of people are saying that it's like this, but even better. Maybe I'll just get the Sarah Creal bronzer to try. A cheek product that I will be decluttering is the Luminous Silk Cheek Tint from Giorgio Armani. I really like this. This is a stunning product, stunning shade. I have this in the shade 50.5. I don't know, it kind of smells like paint thinner. It just smells like chemicals. And it's way past its best by date. Here it says 6 months, so this is probably 2 years old. This is a great time of year to kind of go through all our drawers and just double check all the cream products. Powder products are usually a lot more resilient, but cream products, smell them, see if the texture has changed, if the texture's still the same, if it smells okay. Do that with lip products, cream cheek products, cream eye products, because those are the products that tend to go bad a little bit faster because of their formulation. I think I will, instead of this, I really like the color. I think I will get the Merit blush instead. There's a new shade of it, a newer shade of the Merit blush in the shade Lusitano, I think, and that just, I don't know, that really appeals to me. Another cheek product that I will be decluttering is the fwee blush pudding pot, I think it's called, in the shade Hurt. Now, I really enjoy this formula. It is like a bouncy mousse. It has a matte finish and it's very smoothing. It can be used on lips and cheeks. Has a really nice, yummy, fruity scent. But the color, I just don't reach for this color. It looks really nice in the pot, but every time I wear it on my cheeks, it just pulls too warm. It's like this warm, almost like a peachy pink. It just looks completely different on my cheeks. On my cheeks, it's too bright and too warm. And I have this in a couple of other shades that I just prefer way more. This shade is just not really working for me. If I want a warm peachy pink, I have other blushes. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to pass it on. And then the last cheek product that I'm decluttering is Westman Atelier Super Loaded Tinted Highlight in Peau de Pêche. I loved this. When I first bought it, I had a solid year of just being obsessed with it, but I have not reached for it at all. I think I've maybe worn it once or twice in the past year, and I didn't love the way that it sat on my skin. And again, this just pulls so warm on me now. I don't know, has my skin tone changed? It's too bronzy. It's also starting to smell a little bit off, just a tiny little bit rancid. So I think it's just time to let it go. I do love the formula, and yeah, like I said, I really did love this when I first bought it, but it's been about, I feel like I've had this for maybe 4 years now, and I've just moved on, you know? I have some mascara empties and an eyeliner empty. All these mascaras have been phenomenal. The first is the Curling Iron Mascara from Judy Doll. This is an amazing waterproof mascara. I have the brown one. This is great if you have eyelashes that are very straight and you struggle holding a curl. I don't know how this works, but it just does. It has this really weird metallic wand with little grooves in it. And this just gives me a really gorgeous, long-lasting, lifted, curled lash. Kind of difficult to remove though, so this is something that I just kind of keep on hand for the summertime. These two mascaras have just been phenomenal drugstore finds this year. The first is the L'Oreal Paradise Big Deal Mascara. It's not a tubing mascara, but it kind of behaves like a tubing mascara. Really great for length and separation. It holds a curl as well. And then this is the e.l.f. mascara, the e.l.f. Lash Extender. This is a tubing mascara, very easy to remove just with water. Holds a curl, builds volume nicely, and it lasted really well on my lashes as well. So I would repurchase both of these, and they've honestly been better than most of the high-end mascaras that I've tried. Eyeliner empty is the Judy Doll Hyper Sharp Eyeliner in the shade Deep Brown. My favorite liquid liner is the Surratt liquid liner in the brown color. And it's just been out of stock. It's refillable, and as you can see, I'm almost out of it. But the refills have been out of stock on the Surratt website for a year, it feels like. So I've kind of been exploring other brown liquid liners in the meantime, and this is really great. This has a very, 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 very tiny, tiny brush tip. It's a little bit angled, and the formula is amazing, super long lasting. This is great if you are into a really, really minimal baby wing, which is what I like. I don't love a super graphic wing on my eyelids anymore, but I do like a little tiny little flick. And this just makes it so easy to achieve that. Really, really like this. The only downside is that I used it up really quickly. Like it dries out pretty fast. So this is the type of product that you have to keep repurchasing multiple times. For lips, I am decluttering one lipstick, and it's the Westman Atelier lipstick. what was this called? The Lip Suede Matte Lipstick. It's starting to smell a little bit funky. I love the color. I love the packaging. I think Westman Atelier just is one of my favorite luxury brands in terms of execution and shade selection. But this lipstick formula is just not my favorite. I find it very drying. It's just not my favorite lipstick formula. I have other lipstick formulas, even other matte lipstick formulas that I prefer. So for me, I have chronically dehydrated lips. I'm very picky with my lipsticks. Just not my favorite formula. So letting this one go. In terms of empties, I do have, most of these are like lip balm, tinted lip balm types of products. Tower 28 Lip Softy in the shade Red Bean Mochi. Really nice My Lips But Better color. All of these are My Lips But Better colors. This is a Chantecaille lip balm in the shade Marigold. This is limited edition. Again, an amazing My Lips But Better color. A Too Faced Jelly gloss. What was this called? The Kissing Jelly Gloss in just the pink shade. Really nice watermelon scented gloss. And then I also used up my Hermes matte lip balm in the shade, this is in the shade Rose Tan, but I'm keeping the case because this is a rechargeable, refillable case, and I can basically buy any Hermes lipstick or lip balm shade refill and then use the case. That's about it. I am super excited to share my favorites of the year with you. I might squeeze out one more video before then. I also really want to do a fashion favorites of the year. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you're up to. Are you also in a decluttering, reorganizing mood this time of year? I just bought new hangers for all our trousers and pants that are a bit easier to use and space saving. So I'm very excited to do that, doing a little bit of closet reorganization for my husband and I. But yeah, thanks again for watching. Let me know what you're up to in the comments. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.